you see sparsely populated Harry's head. And I mean, it's the whole thing's
Street, a top Hollywood insider tells you to scoop. Everyone is smiling on the outside.
It always begins the same way. A glossy trailer, a tight 90-second teaser designed to spark hype, buzz, and excitement. But this time? Oh no. This time Meghan Markle didn't just spark conversation, she detonated a global firestorm. And all because of 3 seconds of footage no one, and I mean no one, was prepared for. It wasn't the plot, it wasn't the cinematography, and it wasn't even Meghan's dramatic monologue about reinventing the narrative. Nope. The entire world fixated on one unexpected thing: Prince Harry's hairline.
Well, he undoubtedly will. You know, he'll be a bald 50-year-old prince, that, a gentleman, someone formerly known as Prince.
And not just any hairline. A hairline that, to put it politely, the internet immediately declared missing in action. Within an hour, X, exploded. The hashtag "Where is Harry's hair" shot to the top of global trends. Memes appeared, multiplied, and practically formed their own government. Someone even launched a GoFundMe titled, "Bring Back the Prince's Crown." While the online world cackled with popcorn in hand, Harry was fuming.
Views on this. The royal grift posted the blood royal can no longer...
Because according to palace-adjacent insiders, the ones who only speak when the tea is nuclear-level boiling, Harry had no idea his hairline was about to become the visual centerpiece of Meghan's With Love, Meghan trailer. He thought the promo would focus on healing, on growth, on Christmas, on building a new path forward. Instead, the opening shot, the money shot, the "This is what sells the story" shot, was a slow-motion, cinematic, Ultra HD zoom-in on the back of his head. A bald spot so perfectly lit you could chart constellations across it. The internet even gave it a name, the Montecito eclipse. And when Harry saw the clip, sources say he literally yelled, "Why would you put that in?" But here's the kicker. Meghan didn't just approve that shot. She fought for it. It's real, she said. It's authentic. It's vulnerable. People love vulnerability.
It's time since we were boys, I took it all in. His familiar scowl, which had always been his default.
Harry, meanwhile, did not feel vulnerable. He felt exposed, ambushed, even like he'd been scalped without consent. And oh buddy, the meltdown that followed was volcanic. Inside Montecito, witnesses claimed the house shifted from calm to chaos in under 60 seconds, as if someone slammed a red button labeled "Emotional Emergency." Harry stormed from room to room, demanding explanations, demanding re-edits, demanding scalp respect. One insider said, "We haven't seen him this upset since the Whole Foods paparazzi incident." But what made it 10 times worse was Meghan's response. Not apologetic, not shocked, just calm. PR voice calm. "Harry, darling, the hairline is part of the journey," she said. That single phrase sent him over the edge. He allegedly shot back, "My hairline doesn't need a journey." And then he made the move every spouse recognizes as the moment someone has officially begun losing.
We had a very similar traumatic experience, and then
He grabbed his phone. He started texting his friends, and not just any friends, but the lads, the old crew, the people who knew him before documentaries, before media branding, before Montecito candle launches. One of them reportedly texted back, "Bro, what did you think being married to a producer meant?" But the meltdown didn't stop there. Oh no, because just moments later, the trailer leaked. Not the official version. This was a rough cut, raw audio, unfinished color grading. And that version included an extra shot. A drone shot of the top of Harry's head from directly above, an aerial view that looked like someone was surveying the Grand Canyon. Fans lost their minds. One YouTuber went viral yelling, "Who approved this? Nah." Inside the mansion, Harry paced relentlessly, muttering under his breath, chain-sipping chamomile tea like it was whiskey. Meghan, meanwhile, was on 3 calls at once: the editor, the executive producer, and the crisis PR consultant.
He's been losing his hair steadily for the past few years, but recently there were some rumors online that he'd actually visited a...
And every few seconds, she dropped PR phrases like, "Lean into the conversation." On the narrative, "It's okay if they're laughing. Laughter trends." Harry, for the record, did not want to trend. But the moment he truly snapped, the moment everything broke, was when Netflix called to congratulate them. They said the trailer was performance gold, specifically praising the hairline shot. According to the insider who overheard the call, Harry simply stared at Meghan afterward, blinking slowly like a man whose soul had stepped outside for fresh air. "Why did you do this?" he whispered. And here's the twist. Meghan didn't defend the clip with talk of authenticity or vulnerability or creative vision. She simply said, "Harry, it tested incredibly well." Incredibly well.
Loss in the vertex and a deceptively intact hairline. Now things only got worse since then, and as the media likes to point out,
The bald spot, as it turned out, had focus group power. Hollywood executives loved it, and staff members were trying so hard not to react that several reportedly escaped to the pantry and pretended to rearrange gluten-free crackers just to hide their laughter. But if you think the chaos stayed inside Montecito, oh honey, absolutely not. Within hours of the trailer dropping, late-night hosts were cracking jokes, TikTok editors were remixing the shot into music videos, a barber in London went viral offering the Sussex special, a full shave, no questions asked, and an AI artist created a fantasy rendering of Harry with a full, glorious mane that hit 1 million likes in 8 hours. But the most brutal jab came from a UK tabloid with the headline, "Hair today, gone tomorrow." But why did Meghan include it? Harry allegedly threw his phone onto the couch, groaning, "Of all the things they could attack, it's this." Meghan, meanwhile, remained perfectly calm, now fully in TED Talk mode. "This could be a moment of empowerment, Harry. Balding is normal. Men go through it every day. You're helping people. Helping people by losing hair that did not land." According to insiders, that's when Harry vanished upstairs for a full hour while Meghan took a call about merchandising opportunities. When he finally returned, he wore a baseball cap indoors with all the curtains closed. The staff said nothing, they valued their jobs, but the tension in the room was thunderous. And just when Harry thought things couldn't get worse, Meghan's team scheduled a full press day for both of them. With his hairline already a global spectacle, Harry begged to wear a hat. Meghan told him, "You're a prince. Princes don't wear baseball caps in interviews." If Harry thought the internet dragging him was bad, he wasn't ready for the media frenzy that came next. The moment the trailer hit 10 million views, the global press didn't just react. They sprinted. Morning shows analyzed the hairline like it was a geopolitical event. A BBC commentator declared it the most dramatic royal moment since Prince George pushed a child off a swing. Australian hosts roasted him so hard one of them apologized mid-laugh, tears streaming. In America, full podcast episodes appeared titled, "Harry's Hairline Trauma Explained," and "Did Meghan Do Him Dirty?" The world demanded to know, was Meghan protecting him, or publicly sabotaging him? Inside Montecito, the energy felt like a house where someone had microwaved fish, thick, tense, and lingering. Harry tried to act unfazed. He meditated in the yard until a drone flew overhead to film the eclipse in real time. But the breaking point came when the Daily Mail dropped the headline, "Experts say royal balding is accelerating." That did it. Harry stormed into the kitchen, baseball cap still on, and announced, "I'm calling Netflix. I want that scene removed. I want all the scenes removed." Meghan didn't even look up from her iPad. "Harry, it's already gone viral. Taking it out now would only make people ask questions." Harry threw his hands into the air. "People are already asking questions." She blinked at him with the serene confidence of someone who has been fighting media battles for years. This is how storytelling works. Storytelling. Harry snapped. "My hair is not a story arc." But this is where the plot twisted into a full pretzel. Netflix loved the chaos. They watched the engagement numbers shoot upward like a rocket and emailed Meghan's team with actual confetti emojis. Someone in marketing even suggested turning the hairline into a recurring visual motif throughout the series. Harry nearly passed out. And then came the most brutal blow. The new promotional poster leaked online. There was Meghan, glowing, centered, radiant. And behind her, slightly blurred but unmistakable, stood Harry, hatless, scalp exposed, backlit so deliberately it felt like symbolism. Twitter erupted. "Whoever lit this shot needs an Oscar. The shadow on his scalp is working harder than the whole production crew. Meghan simply said, vulnerability, and boy did she deliver. Harry stared at the poster and muttered, they're trolling me. My own team is trolling me. And honestly, he wasn't entirely wrong. Because during a call, the editor, clearly having a chaotic day, admitted, we didn't mean to highlight it. The lighting just picked up the texture. The texture. Harry stared into the distance like a soldier remembering trenches. Meanwhile, Meghan was operating at full commander mode, 3 calls an hour, her PR chief drafting statements, her stylist prepping a new narrative pivot, and her lawyer casually warning her that her husband's distress could become a legal liability. That finally made her pause. Meanwhile, back at the palace, they were watching with binoculars and popcorn. A discreet memo circulated Kensington Palace reading, do not comment. Observe only. This will burn itself out. But Charles couldn't resist. According to an insider, he walked into a meeting, sat down, sighed, and said, good Lord, could they not have airbrushed him just a bit? William, overhearing, muttered, Father, don't encourage them. Staffers, however, were gossiping like teenagers at a sleepover. One source whispered, he left the royals for privacy, and now we've seen more of his scalp than we ever expected. But the real shock came when an unexpected voice joined the conversation.
Harry's hair has continued to thin, and in 2023, the majority of the hair that remains at the frontal scalp.
A royal dermatologist, yes, they actually have those, appeared on a morning show to offer expert commentary, and he did not hold back. Balding is normal, he said calmly. However, lighting choices can dramatically affect perception. This appears to be unfavorable lighting. Unfavorable lighting. Harry watched the clip with his jaw hanging open. They're doing analysis now, he whispered. But Meghan wasn't interested in the analysis. She saw the opportunity. She immediately called a meeting in the living room, gathering assistants, PR staff, brand managers, the entire squad, and announced, we're not fighting the narrative. We're using it. Harry stared at her like she just started speaking ancient Sumerian. Using it how? We lean in, she said smoothly. We humanize you. We turn this into a conversation about men's insecurities. Harry nearly choked on his tea. I'm not insecure. Every person in the room glanced at his hat, worn indoors at night, but no one dared say a word. The silence did the talking for them. Then came the final blow. A brand wants to partner with you, Meghan added. Harry blinked. Partner on what? She smiled, the smile of someone placing a queen in checkmate. A men's hair wellness campaign. Harry pressed his hands to his head, hat and all, and let out a groan so deep it echoed through the Montecito walls. But the madness wasn't done. That same night, the palace made its move. Not with a statement or a press release, but with a quiet, unofficial phone call. The kind where nothing is written, but everything is meant. The message was simple, tell him to keep the hat on. The palace was apparently terrified that Harry's hairline drama would overshadow the king's upcoming charity event. Harry stared at Meghan after the call, stunned. They're telling me to cover it up. Meghan sighed, tapping her iPad. See? Even they think it's an issue. This is why we need to control the narrative. Harry sank onto the couch, defeated. I just wanted the documentary to be about healing, he whispered. Meghan patted his knee gently. It is, Harry. He looked at her desperately. Then why is my hair the main character? She gave him a sympathetic smile, but the strategy sparkled behind her eyes. Because right now, the world was watching.